Breaking news. News that is indeed breaking. More missiles are ringing out in several different settlements of Israel. Now, the way these people are acting today, you would have thought that they are the victim and this... Child, let's get into the update. Y'all, Egghead ran to Greece. Meanwhile, this is what the Israeli citizens are looking like. The schools have been shut down. They've been shuttered. The public gatherings have been banned as Israeli authorities prepare for an attack in the upcoming hours. Let me show you why. As you can see from the title, the gates of hell will soon open as Israel continues to brace for the Iranian retaliation attack, right? So the new IRGC commander-in-chief, he basically stood up and let it be known, like, oh yeah, we knew this was a possibility. This ain't nothing new. This is the same shit y'all do every time. Y'all take out our top ranking people. You would think that a bitch would learn by now that resistance is an ideology. It's not a person. So with that being said, we move forward. The gates of hell. Welcome to Armageddon. The crime that the Zionist regime committed today in violating the national security and territorial integrity of the Islamic Republic will certainly not go unanswered. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-dong. Answer the phone, bitch. Answer the phone is what they said. The criminal and the illegitimate Zionist regime will face a bitter and painful fate with enormous and destructive consequences to avenge the blood of the commanders, scientists, and people who have been martyred. The gates of hell will soon be open to this child-killing regime. Basically, I'm getting it back in blood. Brr, brr, bitch, I'm getting it back in blood. Brr, brr, bitch, I'm getting it back in blood. Fuck you thought this was. And they know what the fuck is coming because all of a sudden, Donald Trump decided to offer a $10 million reward for whoever turns in Iran's IRGC hackers. The primary one, Mr. Soul. Now let me tell y'all something. Anytime they say reward up to, that means that they're not going to give you any of that money. But just to go ahead and re-solidify that speculation, ask Al-Julani if he received that $10 million that they told him he would get. He didn't. He never got it. Ask the lady who turned in Luigi if she got that reward. You know, Luigi, the one that shot. Ask her if she got that reward. Ask her what happened to her after she snitched. She lost her job and she didn't get that. She didn't get the reward. She lost her job and she started getting harassed publicly. Death threats were sent to her. I'm not saying that that's what will happen to you. But what I am saying is recognize a pattern when you see one and stay safe in these streets. Huh? There's a reason why the black community say stitches get stitches, huh? There's a reason why the black community will say, I ain't see a motherfucking thing. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know fuck about shit and shit about fuck. Figure it out yourself, homie. Israeli embassies have decided to close globally. This is such a pussy move. This is such a bitch-made move to do. Because if you gonna start some shit, at least have enough balls to keep that same energy. You know what I'm saying? That's like me slapping the shit out of a bitch and then gonna go run and hide in my room. Or gonna go run and hide in a remote location so she can't get her lick back. It's a bitch-made ass move. You're not actually sticking it out. That's not war. That's you being a pussy. That's what it gives. You killed innocent civilians and children as well, and then went and ran and hide. You're not even a worthy enough opponent. That's what makes the whole situation as bad as it is. Because you're not even a worthy enough opponent. You weak in nature. And you do sneaky shit. You gotta sneak a bitch to get a win. You can't fight a bitch head on head, head combat. You can't actually stand firmly in the field and actually go directly at your enemy or your target and stand firmly. You can't stay rooted. You ain't about that life. You ain't really trying to get into some shit. You just want to come out on top. And that's what makes you a weak bitch. That's what makes you a weak bitch. You ran and hit everybody. Iran took that hit on the chin. They took that shit to the fucking chin. And said, all right, watch this. And you went and ran. Weak ass shit. Like everybody laughing at you because you's a clown ass, weak ass bitch. The announcement also said consular services will be suspended and called on citizens to work with local security authorities if they encounter any hostile incidences. Y'all, they also spoke to them worldwide and told the Israeli citizens worldwide, don't tell nobody who you are. Don't tell nobody that you're Israeli for your own safety. Don't tell them who you are. Y'all some scary assholes, you know that? Now, obviously, Hamas spoke about it. And they reaffirmed their allegiance or their support for Iran. They said, we declare our solidarity with the Islamic Republic of Iran in the face of the brutal Zionist aggression, which stems primarily from its support for the Palestinian people and its tremendous backing for its honorable resistance fighters. He added, we also mourn the great leaders and martyrs who ascended as a result of this cowardly attack. And I agree. Period, Abu. The Qassam brigades also, the Quds brigades, in addition, also affirm their solidarity with the Islamic Republic of Iran in the face of the brutal aggression of the Zionist regime. So basically, the whole team is activated right now. Now, the watchdog, okay, the IAEA has been every hour on the hour, around the clock, testing the center that they bombed, testing that center for radiation. So they're basically sniffing around to see if there's any radioactive nuclear material or uranium that is basically omitting off of that area. They said that they did find some traces within the facility or within the actual hit site, but nothing outside of it, which, for those you don't know, radioactive material that omits, it's so strong that if it was actively being handled at that time by them, it would actively make its way out of the labs and would be, because they bombed it, so it would make its way surrounding the area. They bombed this thing with the intention or thinking, just like they bombed that hospital, or they bombed the area around that hospital in Lebanon, thinking that there was money underneath. In their minds, they thought that they would bomb it and it would release a bunch of radioactive waves and radioactive material into the air supply, and that would give them the go of what they needed, and they could then follow up with another blow to that area, which would then be used as a bomb against their own. So their own bomb, radioactive bomb or nuclear bomb against Iran, and set it off in Iran. But the areas that they hit, nothing came to the surface. They got nothing but a fart in a fucking wind. And as a result, Iran, they signed an executive, KK signed an executive order this morning. I can't tell you what's on the order, but I know that shit's about to go down. As of right now, Iran is reportedly considering, they said, I'm thinking about it, withdrawing from the nuclear proliferation treaty, according to the U.S. sources cited by the Yudof Enroth, in response to Israel's strike and rising Western pressure. How you know that? KK didn't come out and tell us that. So how you know that? Y'all just speculating. Y'all purely speculating and then trying to run interference with propaganda to try and up the ante so that y'all can think they're trying to think 10 steps ahead. That's not going to help you, baby. I think the real issue with them is that Iran is taking their time. And they don't like that. So they're going to continue trying to agitate the situation so Iran reveals their entire hand. That's not going to happen. That didn't happen on True Promise 2, and it ain't going to happen now. You just make the situation 10 times worse. They're going to move how they want to move, and the shit's going to move in their own time. I don't know what to tell you. You said God was helping y'all get this shit done, right? So keep that same energy. Why are you trying to rush them? The report also claims Washington invited Tehran to attend a new round of nuclear negotiations scheduled for Sunday, but Iran rejected the proposal. Baby, they didn't answer the phone at all. They didn't reject it. They didn't answer the phone. That's y'all ass. And Israel knew exactly what the fuck that meant, which I'm willing to bet my last that as soon as Iran decided not to answer the fucking phone, that's when Benji made sure he was in midair at that time. And they, like I said, they're advising Israeli citizens traveling abroad to avoid revealing their nationality for your safety, because shit's about to get sticky. Stay tuned, because there's a lot more that's going to be happening today. And make sure that you are also keeping an eye on Gaza as aggression and retaliation for Iran wanting to retaliate starts to increase against the Palestinians as they're waiting for their aid. We witnessed an unprecedented event that led to the martyrdom of several of the top-ranking nuclear scientists, in addition to some civilian casualties in Iranian or Tehranian the civilian population that suffered from Israel's attacks on those specific facilities, in addition to those civilian blocks. That of which to me seems intentional. They definitely made sure there were some civilian casualties intentionally to try and basically edge on the situation and edge Iran into a full-scale war, because to me it just seems like it's all out of jealousy and spite, because Iran is enriching their uranium and they're also becoming a superpower, so America and Israel don't like that. And as of right now, Israel has continued with their aggression on Iran. Now since then, Wig and all the Wigs, little besties, Lady Liberty's besties, all have been basically trying to edge Iran into surrendering, basically letting them know, oh, sign the deal before there is nothing left, or there's going to be nothing but ashes left. You know, talking that cash money shit. Ain't nobody paying attention to them. And KK and them boys basically said, now I'm gonna enrich it faster. I'm gonna keep doing it. Not only am I gonna keep doing it, I'm gonna enrich it faster. You're so fucking mad. The US and Israel got their watchdog barking in the streets right now, basically letting Iran know that their nuclear facilities, despite Israel's basically Israel's continued attempt on Iran's nuclear facilities, Israel didn't actually do very they didn't actually get the target. That's like, I feel like women know this all too well. That's like getting someone hot and bothered and not getting them over that mountain. That's spot on for Israel. I'll tell you that. That's spot on for them. The IAEA confirmed that no damage to Iran's Isfahan nuclear facility despite Israeli strikes. Lord. Why is that important? That's the specific facility that they're whining and bitching about. Now, that's not the facility where the uranium and anything tied to that actually is, because right before the strikes happened, Iran moved all their shit deep underground, miles underground, that of which can't even be accessed by Israel's bunker blasters or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, you look stupid. Now, yesterday we did talk about Jordan closing its airspace as Iran responded and let Israel know that, oh, the response to this, baby, it's gonna be big. You better get ready. I hope you and yours are ready. Okay, you better get ready. You better get ready, because I'm on the way. Bitch, I'm on my way to the field. Understand that? Only to find out that they opened their airspace yet again to intercept the drones that were being fired from Iran. Not only did Jordan open their airspace, Saudi Arabia also opened their airspace and participated in blocking those drones coming from Iran. Turkey participated in blocking them. The United Emirates participated in blocking them. Qatar, it has been rumored to have also participated in blocking those drones from directly heading to Israel. When I tell you that the line has been drawn in the sand, believe them when they show you who the fuck they are the first time. Because while Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, and Jordan have been playing the fence this entire time, they have, in my opinion, been showing us exactly who the fuck they are. Like my grandmother used to say, if it's not a hell yes, it's a fuck no. Don't let that one go over your head. If it ain't a hell yes, it's a fuck no. When we asked about Palestine from the beginning, if it wasn't a fuck yes, if it wasn't a hell yes, it's a fuck no. Thank you. In the meantime, between time, the red flag has been raised over home, one of the many areas that Israel has struck since yesterday in Tehran. Child, that's the red flag of revenge. They letting you know it's coming, honey. And word on the curb is Benjamin Netanyahu is fully aware of what's coming. Bitch, this man went and flew to Greece. He did all that shit, then packed his bags. From what we're hearing, his bags were already packed and the jet was already ready. Hopped on a plane and flew to Greece. So let me get this straight. You purposely had Mossad agents go to Iran intercepted their signals for their air missile defense systems. Because your defense systems are trash. Your shits break down on their own. No one's actually blocking your systems. Your systems are literally trash. You went to Iran, ahead, sabotaged their air missiles and all that shit. Set up pre-set bombs and shit and drones. Then did all those airstrikes to allow yourself to do airstrikes on Iran. Ran back to Israel, hopped on a plane and let your people take the hit. Baby, it don't get no better than this. It don't get no better than this. It don't get no better than this. You didn't even ride out the situation with your folks. You went over there, started some shit, knowing what's going to come back, and decided to skip your ass up out of there. Let me show you what the fuck this man said. And he fled from the Ben Gurion. His plane was escorted by 2 Israeli fighter jets, and this is what he said this morning in a pre-recorded message. Heavy emphasis on pre-recorded. He said that the strikes will come. Massive blows will come. We hit their significant forces. We destroyed their largest enrichment plant in Natanz. Basically, they can't do head one-on-one combat fairly. They got to sabotage a situation ahead of time because they know if they actually try to meet Iran fairly, y'all gonna lose. Head-on-head combat fairly, like we both, it's war, y'all going to lose, which is why he fled. That's why he knows the likeliness of the blow that's coming from Iran, which is why America is screaming so loud trying to get Iran to back down. The strike we delivered is one of the only attacks of its kind in history. Again, they were only able to achieve that by sabotaging Iran. Again, this is war. Remember, you started it, okay? You got your little lick in. I give you that. You got your lick in. But remember, you started this shit, bitch, on a scale much larger than the pagers. They're gonna pager us to death. They're gonna pager us to death, honey. They don't want to talk about how many soldiers they losing in the field. They don't want to talk about how many times that they're getting set up in the field, but they gonna pager us in October 7th, us the fuck to death. They're gonna run that shit down into the motherfucking ground. There is chaos there now, but there will be attacks. They may be in waves and they will be severe. So he's telling you that y'all going to take the blow for the shit that he did. Now he's basically telling you shalom, Shabbat shalom. Thank you for your sacrifice. You shall be rewarded in heaven for this. But he's not gonna stick around to see it happen. I mean, congratulations, Israel. I don't know what to tell you. Hold on. Y'all better hold on to your mutton chops because that shit coming. And I do mean coming. Baby, the whole team activated. They all got the fuck up and got active. North Korea was one of the first. North Korea said, bitch, I already sent it. I already sent the shit. It's already on the way. Matter of fact, check your mailbox. It should just now be getting there. I Amazon primed it. I overnighted that motherfucker. Check your mailbox. It should be there. North Korea will provide military support for Iran. China already came out and said that, you know, it will be a voice of reason between the two, but I don't support what the fuck you just did in Iran and Iranian sovereignty. And then turned around and sent a bunch of military equipment over there and parked their asses out in the Mediterranean Sea because America decided they wanted to activate their warships and they brought their shit to the Mediterranean Sea. China was already there waiting on them. Whole team activated. They sent missile aircrafts and drones and fuels and assistance to Iran against Israel. Whole team activated right now. Yemen been tweeting, ticking and talking all morning long, letting it be known, oh, that shit coming. That shit is definitely coming. Now, it's a lot of things that I figured out that Israel definitely didn't pay attention to. They'll figure that out soon. However, I was happy to see that the Million Man March for Palestine showed up and showed out on this here Yemeni Friday, period. Now, they know what's coming and whole team activated. Yemen is up and they said it's up, bitch. If it's up, make sure that shit is stuck. Okay, period. They said, I'm gonna make you stand on it. I'm gonna make you stand on that shit, bitch. So basically right now, the Iranian hackers they've already initiated an attack. They set off the alarm system and it's continues to going off, which could prevent Israeli citizens from receiving warning messages in the event of an incoming Iranian attack. Why? Because if their alarm systems are already compromised and they're continuously going off, you never know when the actual attack is going to hit. Stay tuned because there's a lot more.